All right, we'll call the meeting to order. We are a few minutes late, 6:17. We had a couple technical difficulties, a double booked room, and there we are. So we're going to start with the pledge, and we have a flag right here in the room. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
to the republic
which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. We have no public here and comments from the selectmen. I'll go to Scott first. Do you have anything, Scott?
Nothing prepared. I'm excited about tomorrow to hope that we get lots of people out and that we have a representative vote. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think you will. You will. The vote will be representative, one way or another.
for sure.
We've already had about 350 absentees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
One of them, yep.
So it will be a representative vote, up or down. And we put this forward. Let's see where it falls. Jane?
Yeah, to echo Scott, hoping a big turnout, and I just hope we have a really clear winner one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want it to be 49-51. That won't be good in my opinion. But that whatever happens, and hopefully we've got a clear majority.
Yep.
The other thing I just wanted to mention, a couple people had wanted to bring to my attention a solar field that's going to be that's proposed for 74 Bochum Road. The problem with this, solar fields are great. However, this one is going to take down between 500 and 750 trees, which kind of, that defeats a lot of the purpose, when you've got carbon reducing trees doing what they're doing and then taking those out. So, certainly a lot of people are going to be sad to see that happen. I think neighbors are going to be upset, but the siting council seems to have been, pushing this through. And I don't know if there's much of a chance to get anything changed on this, but if there is, count me in for doing anything I can to try and stop this particular, effort. So anyway, so that's kind of my comment.
This was brought to my attention a couple weeks ago. So I want to be, they allegedly sent a registered or certified email to me and to a whole host of chairpersons in our town, land use, planning, zone, Chris Costa, the list goes on and on. I will tell you, I probably received it, and I get a lot of siting council packages. Usually they're for cell phone towers. If I had seen this, I would have said private land, but I also would have thought if there were issues that the land use departments, that they sent them to. I mean, I usually do let our land use departments handle land use matters. But apparently none of these folks can recall getting anything like this. So query whether in fact they did send it certified mail, the package to all those people. And that was something I raised already to the siting council. In addition to that, today I sent another email to the siting, another letter. Well, it was in the form of an email to the siting council, saying that from what I understand, they are already looking to get up in there and are using a shared driveway with the Bagnati family, which they're entitled to use because they've leased the land for 20 years. But on that driveway or right about that driveway is a wetland, and they still need Army Corps of Engineer wetland. I don't know if it's approval or blessing. I'm not sure exactly what it is. They have not gotten that. I know that for a fact. Lynette called the Army Corps of Engineers today and they said nothing has been filed. So I sent a letter up to Melanie Bachman today, I included the lawyer on the application, in addition to a bunch of people from the siting council, in addition to I BCC'd Kathy Connolly and Carolyn Lyle on this. And basically the gist of the letter was They haven't done this. I sent them maps of the area that was affected. And I said, in addition to a whole host of other seemingly either misleading or missteps that have been made along the way here, this is another. And they're already at it up there or trying to get at it. And they haven't even gotten all their approvals, especially when it comes to a wetland. And we've already raised all this wetland concern. So I sent that today. I haven't had a response yet. The request was that they immediately consider rehearing this or at least reconsidering some of the objections. So that went out today.
Right.
And did you want to respond to that?
Well, no, I said that's great. That's what you sent to the siting council?
Today.
Okay, great.
Melanie Bachman and
Okay,
a couple of the other folks on there and the lawyer who obviously made the application. I'm not looking, anything has to be out in the open on that. So it has been a bit of a hot button issue. I will tell you, just from a bigger picture, the town of East Windsor, I know Jason Bauza up there. He's the first selectman. I've gone on many conferences. I've actually gone on trips with him through Kerma. He sits on the Kerma board, and Jason's town has been ravaged by solar farms, East Windsor,
Yeah.
ravaged. And he has been under political pressure from his residents, and he has been screaming at the top of his lungs at the state capitol. And the siting council, quite frankly, just looks the other way. The siting council handles a lot of the cell phone tower sightings and applications, and whenever they want to change out the equipment on a cell phone tower, they do solar farms, they do all this stuff. And they have zero input from municipal folks. And unless we had, this is my feeling on this, I think it would be highly unlikely that we could have stopped it regardless, even with this objection, because it's private land and and the siting council says they took into account some of the environmental concerns. But anyway, we are still attempting to stop it. And I agree that taking down trees to put in a solar farm makes zero sense. Zero. So, anything
thanks,
else?
Barb.
Jane?
No, thank you. Appreciate that.
So a couple things. We did receive our grant from the
Yeah.
Connecticut Port Authority. Both the Harbor Management Commission and the town received their portions of the grant. And we will be, the RFP, we're rebidding the RFP. That's not going to hold things up at all because we're not ready with the CPA grant. We haven't gotten the contract fully executed yet. We of course have the referendum tomorrow, whichever way it goes. As Jane indicated, I hope it's a clear indication of what the voters want. Let's see, what else?
Oh, I have one
What-
question about
yeah.
that. People are gonna wanna know at 8:05 what the, what the results are. Is there a way that, that can be posted somewhere that, on the website, so people,
Probably on Facebook.
okay,
I'll probably get that.
Okay. I know
I'll see what-
people are excited.
I'll see what the registrars can do.
Okay,
Um,
even if it's an unofficial count, I think, if
Yes.
it's a
I'll-
blowout one way or the other,
I'll try to figure something out.
if it's close,
Jennifer and I we'll see what we can do. Jennifer can usually post, so we'll coordinate on that. I agree with you. I think it's important to get it right out there.
yeah.
Okay, so we have two finance director candidates. Did I
Oh,
tell the
no.
board this yet?
This is great.
Okay,
Oh, it's good news.
so good news, bad news.
Uh-oh.
The bad news is we only received two applications.
What?
The good news is they're both so qualified and good, it's hard for me to choose between them.
Wow. Okay.
Stunning candidates,
Wonderful. Okay.
and they live close by. It's not like
So they don't have to though. They don't have to.
they don't have to, but hiring someone from,
Yeah.
you know, Ansonia is not my, you know,
Right.
Westport. We had somebody from Westport applied, then withdrawn. We have two excellent candidates.
Oh, wonderful.
So we interviewed them. Leanne, Amy Jensen, and I interviewed them. Early to mid last week, called their references. I called three for each. Three people for each of them got back to me. And I'm talking good references, like lawyers at Robinson and Cole who have been there for 30 years and worked with these people.
Don't say too much.
Lawyers at another Day Pitney. And
Great.
both the references a lot of times had trouble getting off the phone with me and just saying really good things. So what I've done is I've turned it over to my or to the town's HR company, and they are going to interview both of them this week,
Okay.
and then they're going to report back, and then we will be making a decision. But I'm quite confident that we are in good hands.
Well,
I know it's a blessing.
yeah.
And I am relieved, of course, saddened to lose Leanne. I did mention to both of you that we're having a little party for Leanne on June 10th. All right,
I'm like, oh,
it's a Wednesday. If that's a Wednesday, let me just.
it is a Wednesday.
Yep, June 10th. We're gonna do it right at the Cape, under the tent,
Nice.
and we'll have some, you know, appetizers. That'll be it. It's gonna be, you know, light fare. So put that in your calendars, please, because obviously you're both invited.
5 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll do like 5 to 7. All right. Minutes. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Minutes. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of March 10, 2026.
Second.
Seconded by Jane. Any questions, comments? Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Business before the board. So I talked to Bill Claffey a little bit, and there's some outdated language. We no longer take what they call mixed loads of garbage. He didn't even know what that meant. So he was going to change a couple of the fees, like by $5, like from 70 to 75 or 70. I said, Bill, don't mess with the fees right now.
Okay.
Let's just clean up the language. And because the fees were de minimis. So all we're doing is changing some of the language. Under 4, under sub parenthetical 6 and 7, where it says delete, it says if you come in with a triaxle. Bill's like, we don't take triaxles. Those are like enormous, you know.
Okay.
He said, we don't take them. So I don't even want that in there. And of course, mattresses, we don't charge for. In the code, it says we charge for mattresses. And we don't charge for mattresses because that's an extended producer responsibility now. So people bring in their mattresses and the mattresses go.
Okay.
They're recycled.
Yep.
So that language was all needed to be cleaned up, and it's very straightforward. It's not changing anything, and just cleaning up the code a little bit when it comes to the transfer station. So I would like to move to item number 6A on the business before the board. Did you were sent that?
I'm trying to, I didn't print it but I looked it over, but okay.
I mean,
Let me know what you need to do.
it's just literally, it's the amount we charge when we get, it's not for MSW, for like bulky waste, okay? And before it was mixed, so it could be, the code goes way back. So before we were separating everything, people would just throw everything in there.
Yeah.
Now we're separating more. And the mixed was what wasn't trash. It was just everything else.
Okay.
And now it's bulky, which is carpets, chairs, stuff like that. And then everything else gets source separated, and like electronics, white goods, mattresses, paint, all that stuff.
Concrete.
So it's literally just eliminating the word mixed and then
Okay.
deleting triaxles and mattresses.
Okay.
Changes are very straightforward, nothing controversial, I assure you.
Yeah, no, I looked at it.
So I'm gonna move that. Is there a second?
Second.
Scott, any comments from anybody?
I recall reviewing these many years ago and I did read the revision, so I think it, makes sense. That's what we're doing these days.
That's it.
When do you think we'll change the pricing
Pricing for what?
for the different?
If we get a scale, we'll change the pricing,
Okay,
and we're working on it.
okay, great. All right, so that's in the works.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
so we'll
the
go-
Transfer station is being redesigned by Jeff Jacobson,
Okay,
and it would
Okay.
have to be scales.
okay,
So, but Bill didn't think the fees were that far off. He actually didn't.
okay,
He didn't want to change much more than this.
okay.
So, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then,
Aye.
Scott, are you in Connecticut right now?
No, I'm in Philadelphia.
Okay, when are you
And I'll
back?
be home tomorrow night.
Well, Jane and I will probably just sign the call.
Okay, that's fine.
So on the call is the motion to approve the entire appropriation for reimbursable sustainable materials management round 2 grant. Part of it has to do with food diversion, part of it has to do with unit-based pricing, but this is done in 2 phases, as I've explained before. And the first phase will be educational, and there'll be, we have a group appointed already, and they're gonna do focus groups. They're gonna be at the transfer station. They're gonna be listening to people, and there'll be another opportunity at a later date to decide where we wanna go from here by recommendation.
Mhm.
So that's item number 1 on the grant. But when we get a grant that we have to spend money to get reimbursed, we're spending taxpayer dollars, so we need to get town meeting approval. So when we get a grant, there
Oh,
are
right.
some grants where we get the money wired into our account. I don't go to town meeting for those
Okay, yep,
because we're not spending taxpayer dollars.
right,
Anytime we spend taxpayer dollars, most grants are reimbursable.
because this isn't in our budget,
Correct.
We have to-
And we have to
okay.
create an off-budget account and spend.
Yeah.
And then, assuming we keep our records good, and we always do, we
Mhm.
get reimbursed. So it's a reimbursable grant. We're going for the entire amount, there's no point in doing 20,000 now, and that's not how deep even wants us to
Right.
do it. So that's item number 1 on the agenda. Item number 2 is to approve the old Saybrook entering to a reimbursable Connecticut Port Authority grant totaling 40,000 with the town match in the amount of 20,000 from the Harbor Management Fund. Do you have that? You don't have that handy, the grant, do you? That we
so
received back? The Harbor
the-
Management grant?
yeah, I got that, I think I got that right here.
You both,
Oh,
um,
that I do have. I did have the ship,
yeah,
Yeah.
But not for both of them. Did you? You didn't get both of them.
uh-uh.
Did we raise that? Was that the right amount?
What's the amount?
Well, for this one, this is for the Harbor Management Commission to do their work.
Okay,
40,000 with a town match in the amount of 20. And
is that for the RFP? Or
no,
what is that?
It's for work that the Harbor Management Commission wants to do. Let me just quickly see if I can find it.
Well, yeah, because the seawall's 392.5, so.
Yeah. Quickly see if Jennifer, I'm sorry to do this to you,
Okay.
but I thought I took it right from the contract.
When are we doing this, town meeting?
next Monday. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, yep.
Scott, you there? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Think you might have muted me out for a
I
little
did.
bit.
I'm not sure that was, you don't happen to remember that we did 2 that night.
Oh, I might have it in here.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, Scott. I'm gonna mute you again. Jennifer,
Hey, what's up?
how much was the harbor management grant for?
26,000 and change. I forget the exact amount.
So what was the town match on that and what was the total amount? Do you remember?
Yeah, so it was like 52,000 something. So the town would pay Harbor Management would pay 26 something and
Oh, this was it. So, okay. Where's that grant agreement? Is it in your office?
the thing that you signed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I may have thrown it on the windowsill with my pile of Harbor Management stuff.
okay.
I don't think it's on the table anymore.
All right, I may grab it.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, I thought that was. I'm gonna actually go get that.
All
I wanna
right,
make
should I
sure
just, All right, we're still on, right, Scott? You might be on hold, Scott. Can you hear me now? Is he on hold?
Scott, are you there?
He said he hears nothing.
Scott, are you there?
There he is.
I'm here, yes.
All right,
Yes.
all right, hold on one second here. Okay, yeah, all right. So reimbursable Connecticut grant agreement totaling. You got a calculator?
Yep.
I can do it in my head.
Well, let's make sure. Okay.
26,642 times 2.
26,000.
642 times
642 times 2?
Yep.
53284. So specific.
Okay, with a town match of, so to approve the town of Old Saybrook entering into a reimbursable Connecticut Port Authority grant totaling $53,284 with a town match in the amount of $26,642.
Just half. Okay.
From the Harbor Management Fund, 3001. I had it. And then also with the town, contingent upon the town receiving said grant. which we did, to approve the town of Old Saybrook entering into a reimbursable Connecticut Port Authority grant agreement totaling $785,000 with a 50% town match in the amount of $292,500 from the capital recurring account. $100,000 has already previously been set aside for this work. And then the fourth item on the call is to approve the changes we just voted on at the transfer station, to delete that language. And then the last item on the agenda is to make an appropriation in the amount of $106,900 with $50,000 coming from the roof repair fund 3020 and $56,900 from the capital non-recurring fund 3350 for the purpose of performing masonry repairs to the gable walls and north chimney on the flat roofs of Town Hall. So those are the items on the agenda. If you have any questions.
No,
Okay, I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
second.
Second by Jane. Scott, any questions on that?
No questions.
Thank you. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, Jane, I'll take your signature on that.
You want to get it fixed or you want
I think we're gonna sign that
to?
and, unless you're available early tomorrow morning. What's your schedule?
I have a board meeting at 7:30 in
Where?
Westbrook, but then I could,
I'll,
that's about an
I'll
hour.
let you know,
Okay, yeah.
all right? And then, one, the last item on the agenda is to appoint Sharon Linder to the Acton Public Library. I know you and I just,
I didn't know that one. Awesome.
yeah, I know you just dealt with her recently.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
love Sharon.
so I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Second.
Second by, Scott or Jane, and I met with, Sharon and Nancy Walsh
Awesome.
last week, just to kind of introduce everybody, and seems to have been a good match.
Wonderful.
I told Nancy I would include her in that. She likes to be,
Yeah,
she's like, do you mind if I sit in on that? I said, absolutely not.
that's great.
And, love Nancy, of course. That's that. So, all those in favor signify by saying, I don't know if
Aye.
you did that. Aye.
Aye.
And, that's it. Thank you for your patience, guys. I appreciate it.
And thanks for pulling it together so we didn't have to cancel.
Yeah, and, Scott, we are having this town meeting is scheduled for next Monday. Not that town meetings,
I'll be in town on next Monday. I'll be around.
yeah, a little different. You guys don't have to be there, of course, but, so I will have folks from Waste Zero there though, to talk about that program.
At the,
At the town
Monday,
meeting,
okay, great,
because
great.
I think that's
Yeah.
very important that day, people hear
Yeah,
from.
I don't know how many people are gonna be at that meeting, but, Awesome. yeah, okay,
All right, I'll move to adjourn.
second,
All those in favor?
aye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.